Here with Miami coach Anthony Noreen after a 6-5 overtime win over St. Cloud State, and we'll take some questions.
Coach, I'm going to start in the third today, and close to 5 minutes, they pull the goalie when it's 4-on-4, effectively putting the best power play unit in the country out there, and you got an empty net on the other side, but you can't clear it. What's your strategy at that point? How do you counter that when you can't clear it up the ice for fear of icing?
If you don't mind, before we get into that, I'd like to back up a little bit. Tim just told me a pretty good stat that was the biggest crowd, I believe, since 2015. That was unbelievable. Like, that's what we want Miami hockey to be. That was, like, for the people that showed up tonight, that was electric. Our guys felt it. They built off that. Like, that was incredible. Like, that was as cool of an experience, I think, as myself and this hockey group's had. Like, and we've talked a lot about that. Like, we've talked at length as a group about wanting to restore that and get it back to that and feel that, not just for us, but for all the people that have played here, all the people that have sacrificed here, all the people that have supported during the good and the bad. So that was amazing. And so big thank you to everyone that showed up tonight. As far as that goes, like, listen, it's a little bit different of a situation, right? It's 4-on-4. They pull the goalie, so it's a kill, but you can't ice it, right? So it's interesting. Delhi kind of gets a step on a guy, kind of gets whacked. Obviously, you probably end it there if you go up, make it 3. And again, it was one of those where you feel like against a really good power play, and I thought our kill was excellent tonight. Usually that 4 kill range is about where you could go. You start getting into 5, 6, 7. That's where you kind of go to the well too many times, and that was kind of like their 5th power play, even though it wasn't a power play. So, credit them for fighting back. I didn't think it was any nerves or any massive breakdowns or anything like that. Like, they're a good power play. I thought they made some good plays, but I thought our kill was really good tonight for the most part. And again, I'm sure they'll make some adjustments and be better. And that's going to be a massive part of the game tomorrow night as well.
So I guess I asked these out of order, though. So I did want to go to the atmosphere and ask you, how big is it to get that win, and to reward those fans that came out and brought that atmosphere, and how good do the guys feel about being able to do that?
Yeah, I mean, we really like about this group right now is, like, in our room, you would think, just based on everything, like, guys would be jumping up and down. They're not. Like, they feel like they should have put the foot on the gas and not let it get to that point, which we like. I think there's a real maturity in that. But also, like, when they came out and they're sitting there on the bench and you look up and you see that and you feel that, I mean, it's undeniable. Like, everyone, like, it's special. It's what makes college hockey great. It's why we came here and believe in this, because we've seen videos of it being like that. We've heard stories from so many alumni of it being like that, of it being, Friday and Saturday night, the thing to do. And the first part of that is on us to make it so that people can relate to this team, so they know that this team is going to embody what this school, what this community, what everything's about. And what that is, you play and you leave everything out there to the very end. And again, very easily could have let it go. Okay, it's 5-5. They came back, maybe let this thing slip away, but don't really let them touch the puck in overtime. And obviously a great finish by Matteo there, and felt like it was fitting. Good for St. Cloud. Obviously, they fought back, but felt like it was fitting. Like, that was a night we needed to get that win. We needed that more than ever.
Just giving up, 3 different tying goals. What did you see out of your team just in a couple shifts following each of those goals, just to kind of re-engage your game and re-engage the energy in the crowd so fast?
Yeah, I mean, I just think overall with this team, there's just a really good calmness about them. Like, even when we score to go up, it's like, yeah, they get high for, their 20 seconds, 30 to celebrate. And then it's like, you look at our bench, like, how guys are seated. Like, they're, puck drops, they're seated. They're ready. They're engaged in the game. But I feel like we haven't let our highs get too high and our lows get too low. And again, after last weekend, there was a real just focus to our guys and intention to our guys that we kind of felt all week. And, again, there's various times you could have let that slip away against a very, very good hockey team. And I thought we just kind of kept coming right back to it. And, those are all experiences we'll put in the bank. And obviously, do you want to blow the lead? Never. But we've been there, and now the next time we're in that, we know, hey, we've got to put this away. The game's still going.
When was the last time a team you coached had 18 shots in a first period to start the game?
The year before I got here, and probably the last game, probably one of the last games I coached before coming here. So that's, again, it was a really good start. And again, I think, again, going back to last weekend, coming out, seeing that crowd, building off that, the energy in the building, I thought it was kind of a culmination of all those things.
Yeah, I was going to ask you how proud you were of how you guys started, and then also were able to bend but not break in the second period when they threw everything at you.
Yeah. Again, I thought there was just some really good moments of physicality. I think in the third period when we got going a little bit, McEwen throws a massive hit. The crowd is into it and going, and it seemed like we kind of built off that. I thought in the first period we did a really good job of being on our toes and being physical. And then I thought in that second period we had some really good moments of bend, don't break, where we knew they were going to push back. I mean, it's an excellent hockey team that's done what they've done the last bunch of years for a reason. I thought we managed it pretty well. I thought we had some big blocks. Some guys laid out and blocked some shots. And, again, those are kind of the ebbs and flows of a hockey game. And the more you're in it, the better you are the next time you go through it.
I think you talked about David Deputy last week, but, I mean, he just seems to get better every single game. You talk about how well he played tonight.
Yeah, he's just a guy we're really excited about for what he could be in his, not just in his Miami career this year, but moving forward. And it's funny, I mean, this morning at morning skate, it was the first thing he said to me when he saw me was, "I'm scoring tonight." And I was like, "Yep, I know, see it, feel it. We know it's going to go. You're doing it." Again, whether the goal went in or not, we just love the way his motor, his energy, his pace. And again, you talk about someone that loves Miami and believes in what we're doing here. Like that kid's been as all in could be since day one when he committed to us.
We talk a lot of times about letting the leaders on the team fire the team up, fire their teammates up. But a pretty impassioned speech from you on the bench. We could see going into the overtime period. What were you, without naming anything too specifically, what was the general message to get them fired up going into that?
Yeah, I mean that stuff's done by them, and that's done in the lead up to the games. Like, obviously you're given a couple pointers, and again, I just feel in those moments like it is important to kind of narrow the focus of, like, boys, if we going into this morning, if we said we were going to be 5-5 in overtime, would we have taken that? Like, with a packed crowd and a chance to go win a game in overtime like we have before? I think it was a good opportunity and just a couple reminders, and that's it. But again, that's not me. That's the guys firing themselves up and being ready to go. And again, Ethan Hay wins the faceoff to start overtime. You know, he's done that now 3 overtimes in a row, and sometimes those things don't show up on the score sheet. But that's why we love him. That's why he's here.
You mentioned their power play unit, and they get that one at the 5-on-4 with the empty net, but statistically, 33% power play team, and you kill off every PK, every penalty during that game. How are you able to do that? How are you able to improve in that PK, and how happy are you for the guys?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it always starts with just a really good plan. I thought Leo had a really good plan and a really good meeting with the guys leading up to it of just kind of what we're going to do. In Nyes, he plays a role in that, helps him with that as well. And then it's guys going out and executing it. And I thought, they did a really good job, probably as good of a job we've done this year. Now, when you're playing the number one power play, you've got to be dialed, but it's easy for us to put together meetings. The guys buy in and understand it and got what we were trying to do, and I thought they did a good job. And now they're going to make some adjustments tonight. I'm sure they're going to be better tomorrow. We've got to do the same, and that is a very key moment of this matchup against them is the special teams, especially our kill versus their power play.
And what do you expect tomorrow? With the fireworks tonight and how close that game was, what do you expect the game to be like tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, I expect another great NCHC hockey game, and that's part of why we all came here. That hockey game has a little bit of everything. Like, it's skilled, it's physical, it's fast, it's emotional, it's awesome. It's fun to be a part of, and hopefully we get this place rocking again tomorrow night and make this something where people want to come and be a part of it just like we do.
Here with Matteo Giampa after Miami's 6-5 overtime win over St. Cloud State, and we'll take some questions.
Let's first talk about the atmosphere in the building today. The fans that came out and how you guys could feel that energy on the ice.
Oh yeah, I think we definitely felt it, and I think you saw it definitely in the first period. We came out flying, and we definitely feed off that energy, and it's great to see everybody come out, and it just gives us a little bit more reason to give everybody a show and give them a win.
This game had a little bit of everything, up and down. It's a roller coaster ride the whole way. You know, a lot of times if you give up a couple of 2-goal leads, that can be backbreaking. But you guys able to battle back and get the overtime win. What is your overall perspective on the way that game went, sort of back and forth?
Yeah, I think, you know, we played decent throughout the game, I think we definitely had some really good points and definitely some areas where we need to clean up, and I think that's where they got their goals, obviously. But, you know, overall, I think we had a pretty good game, and, you know, we just got to clean up those areas for tomorrow and hopefully a less stressful win tomorrow night.
What was the just mentality on your guys' bench following, you know, a couple of those mistakes that tie the game? And talked about this coach a little bit earlier on, but some of your stronger shifts just as a team came after those tying goals. So just what was that like, kind of navigating through all that?
Yeah, I think we were just really calm on the bench. I think, you know, we do a pretty good job of having nothing faze us really, and being ready for everything that comes. And you know, we did a really good job of that, kind of staying even keeled, and you know, we ended up with the win, obviously.
You know, you weren't here in years past, so I'm not sure if you're as familiar with how difficult it's been on this team in overtime in the past couple of years. But just what's it been now, 3-0 in overtime? You had the back-to-back games against Lindenwood, but just you guys look so comfortable. Why is that on the 3-on-3?
No, I think we got a lot of good players, honestly. You know, there's a lot of open ice, and, you know, we just got a lot of confidence to get the job done. And, you know, something we've been saying is winners win, no matter how pretty or ugly it is, and I think we do a really good job of that.
Can you talk through your overtime winner from your perspective?
Yeah, I think honestly, it was kind of like the game. I kind of made a bad pass, and, you know, it honestly could have went the other way for a goal, but luckily we made a good stop, and we just turned it over, and then I got the 2-on-1, and you know, the D was covering a deputy, and so I just shot it, and it went in. Game over.
And again, in past years, this team, you weren't here, but has struggled with leads, and that's gone the wrong way. Are you guys? You had a 2-0 lead, it went away. You had a 3-2 lead, nothing went. It doesn't seem to bother you guys at all. Are you guys confident that's, you know, it's not gonna, you're gonna be able to still rally and win?
Yeah,
if the lead goes away.
Like I said, I think you know, we do a really good job of just staying even keeled and you know, finding a way to win. Whether that's pretty, we do it on the power play, PK if we have to. Like, we'll do it 5-on-5 anyway. We need to win. We're gonna do it.
You mentioned the pass. I don't want to dwell on it, but in the overtime, how about the fight from a coin to win that battle and take that puck back and then set you up?
Yeah, and I think you know, his story is unbelievable. Obviously, coming back in the lineup after, you know, being hurt a little bit there. You know, he's just a dog, and you know, we're really happy to have him back. He's a really big piece of the team, and obviously you saw it right there. I mean, that was the game right there.
And, you know, I don't know how much of that you noticed that during the game, but you know, he's a defensive defenseman. He has been his whole career. He's got 9 points on his career before coming here, but he was mixing it up in the offensive zone. He was leading the rush a couple of times, and what is it about sort of the energy today, or what was it about today that really made him so close to netting one?
Yeah, I think, you know, he's definitely right there, and you can see it. He's getting a lot of chances. You know, we're just really happy for him to be back because we know what he can do. We see it in practice every single day, and, you know, like you said, he's a defensive defenseman and really reliable, but he can definitely jump up in the play, and he'll score some goals for us for sure.